Okay, there we go. We're a little bit late, but we got there in the end. Hop out chat. Head to Twitch. Hop out chat. Head to Discord. Upload file. Take your time. And there we go. Go live. Okay, we're live. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi everyone. How are you doing? Welcome. Sorry we're a little bit late. But we're here now. That's the main thing. How's everyone doing? Hi Dagger, how are you doing? Hi Alfie, how are you? Okay, bit of a rushed start today. Again, sorry we are a bit late. Been a bit of a pain in the arse getting the stream set up. Had a bit of trouble with OBS, a bit of trouble with split cam as well. But we're all good now. We're here. We're ready. We're going to be playing more Minecraft. We're doing more Create at Astra. And I'm looking forward to it because we're going to be working on expanding the rail network again. As soon as we're in, I'll show you what I've been up to off camera. Not much this time. Just a little bit of cleaning up. But I'll show you that. Then we'll get on with what we're doing today, which is going to be, as I say, we're going to be expanding the rail network. Hi Puddle, how are you doing? Welcome. Okay, just loading in. We'll give it a second to load some of the distant terrain, or else it'll be laggy as hell. But as soon as that's done, we'll start. Okay, seems good. So, welcome back to Create at Astra. Today we are working on our rail network. You can see in the last stream, we started building. We built a little section here, connecting the main factory to our new rail yard, and I have worked on the rail yard a little bit between streams. So as you can see here, this is looking a little bit different to how it looked at the end of the last stream. I've done a little bit of work on this, made a few changes, which we'll get to in just a moment. Hold on a second. What's TikTok Live Studio doing? It's been funny. Okay, there we go. Sorry, where's the... Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, anyway, so I did a bit of work off camera, sort of just tidying up the rail yard a little bit. I've expanded it a little bit further. You can see on the map now, we got a few different sidings. I've doubled this track here. Eventually the whole network is going to be double tracked. Obviously, we only have one train at the minute, so there's no point in having a full double tracked network. But in future, it will all be double tracked, so it widens out into 2 tracks here. Then we got a few sidings, which should be big enough to contain any wagons and locos that we need for the time being. Again, we're not really going to be building a huge rail network just yet, so this is probably going to be enough space for everything that we need. You can see here the train that we built in the last stream. Our little diesel shunter based on the Class 08, and we got a little truck here for item transport. We are going to be building a tanker today so that we can do fluid transport as well, but we'll get to that in just a moment. And then at each end, I've added these little walls because I didn't want the rail yards. I didn't want to just expand the gravel out in this direction for no reason. So I've put a little bit of a retaining wall there. I've done the same at the other side, and I've also added a little spur at the other side, which at the minute just goes to a dead end, but eventually it may lead somewhere else. So we got a little bit of track there leading out just into the brush there. And I quite like this bridge design as well. I've used copycat slopes for this to make a diagonal bridge, and I've used granite pillars for the material. It looks good. It looks like some kind of rusted raw iron bridge or something like that, so I'm quite happy with that. I might use that again for other bridges as well as we build. You'll also notice these fences are diagonal, and that's because I've added a new mod to the mod pack called Diagonal Fences. It's one that I have been considering for a while, but I thought it was time that I finally added it because this was the perfect place to have these a little bit of diagonal fencing. I've also got diagonal walls and diagonal windows, so in future if we do anything with walls or glass panes, we'll be able to connect them diagonally as well. But I like this. I like this little bit of diagonal work here. The thing is, you can place diagonal train tracks with the create mod, but there aren't many options for diagonal blocks. You got the diagonal fences, and we can use copycat slopes to, sort of fake diagonal blocks. But there isn't a great deal of choice when it comes to diagonal blocks. Anyway, that's the rail yard. That's how it stands so far. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to build the tanker, which is going to attach to our existing train. How was your weekend, says Puddle? It was good, Puddle. Thank you very much. It's not been too bad. Quite busy, quite hectic, so I wasn't able to do my my train sim stream on Saturday. But it's not been a bad week. And today I've been working on another video, which will be coming out later this week, a Lego video. More on that later. Okay, create new train. Now, we already have the schematic and the schematic cannon. I'm going to pop it just here. Oop, there we go. Okay, this is our tanker. Obviously, it doesn't have the wheels. We got to add those in ourselves. They're not part of the schematic. But here it is. Pretty standard. Oh, there's a grizzly bear there. I didn't notice. A pretty standard tanker design, just sort of a generic, it's not based on any specific thing, but it's pretty decent. It's got 3 fluid tanks inside, so it'll store as much biodiesel as we're going to need to power all of our generators and stuff like that. So if I pop down the schematic cannon, stick the schematic in there, as well as our clipboard. That's going to give us a list of everything that we need to build this thing. And it's not much. We'll put a chest down next to it and we'll start providing the materials, some of which we've probably already got from last time. 2 train casings and 2 train controls. Well, we got 2 train casings. We don't have the controls. We'll have to craft those. No Trucking Tuesday. I'm not sure, Robert. I'll talk more about that later. I'm not sure what's happening with Euro Truck at the minute. But I just don't know. There wasn't one last week, so you didn't miss anything, don't worry. Okay, so we can cross that off the list. Oh, hey, Marika, thank you for the Sakura Corgis. Something's happened with TikTok Live Studio, which... Hold on a second. Something's happened in the live the chat panel that I normally pop out and have on my mini monitor. For some reason, they've made the gift panel huge, and there's no way to shrink it. So whenever I have the chat on my little window now, I can only see like 3 comments because half of the screen is taken up by this huge gift window. So thank you for the gift, Marika. Just a little rant there. Thank you, TikTok Studio, for that. But we'll just have to manage, I guess. We'll just have to live with it. How are you doing, by the way, Marika? Okay, and site copycat half panels times 14. Oh, there's stacked half layers. Let's head back to base. Let's head back to base and start gathering the materials from there, because I don't think we have anything apart from those 2 train casings. I won't give too much to save you the trouble. Thanks, Marika. Seem to be getting a bit more lag than usual as well. I don't know why. We're only getting 10 frames per second at the minute. Why? What's... I don't know why that is. Quite frankly, it's too late to change anything right now because we're already mid-stream. Change the shader pack. It's not the shader pack, Stig. I promise you. This is episode 20 of this series. We've done 20 episodes of this with the exact same shaders, and we've never had this trouble before. So I don't know. It might be one of the newest mods that I've added. Possibly the diagonal fences, to be honest, because that's the most recent one that I added today. That might have thrown a spanner in the works somewhere. I don't know. Java coding using a single core. Yeah, true. It's true that Java is not the best optimized game in the world. Java Edition. Okay, there's the copycat half panels. Thanks for following Razor, or Razor with a J, RJZOR. Interesting. How are you doing? 4 andesite catwalk railings and 4 andesite steps. We might have those already. We don't. Okay, we'll have to craft some then. Catwalk railings and steps there. It's just Razor with a fancy font. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know, Razor. Cross decals times 2. I think they're made with iron plates, so we'll have to go and press a couple of those. And then pop those in the stone cutter. And there we go. 2 cross decals. 3 fluid vessels. Now these are basically fluid tanks, but horizontal. It's a bit weird because the thing is, with Create, you can only build multi-block vaults horizontally, and you can only build multi-block tanks vertically. But I've got a mod that allows you to build in either orientation. So we can build horizontal fluid tanks, but they're called vessels. And they're just the same, basically the same recipe as a fluid tank, but the copper sheets are either side instead of top and bottom. Or you can use a regular fluid tank and turn it into a vessel. So we'll need to press some copper sheets. Do we have... Nope, we're going to need to go and get some copper out of our main storage vault. Okay, we're hovering around... Never mind, there was a huge bit of lag there. We're hovering at around 25 frames per second right now, so it has slightly improved. Like I say, it's never usually this bad. I mean, it's never this bad at all, really. Usually we get about 45. In most live streams, we tend to get around 45 frames per second. Again, I'm not sure why it's being slower than usual today, but it's a bit too late to be fiddling around with the graphics settings in the middle of the stream, so we're just going to have to live with it. Thanks for following, the Moo Boy. How are you doing? Restart your PC? Nope, I'm not going to restart my PC in the middle of the stream, especially not since we already started 15 minutes late. I don't like restarting my PC in the middle of a stream if I can avoid it. It's only happened once or twice in the past. Like I say, the situation is not that desperate. Okay, 3 barrels, 3 fluid vessels, lovely. Check those off the list. Next, more striated concrete, 14 striated concrete and 6 stairs. We've got 19 here, so I think we'll need a little bit more. How many stairs did it say, sorry? 6 stairs. You're so pretty, says Moo Boy. Thank you, Moo Boy. The create knowledge you have is so cool. Thank you. I've just been playing it for a long time now. You know, it's one of those things. It's kind of the same with Factorio. Whenever I play Factorio on stream, there's always people like, "Oh, how do you know all this stuff? How do you know what to do? It looks so complicated." But you really do get used to it after a while. You know, you get into once you've played it long enough, it kind of just becomes second nature. You know. And it's kind of the same with this. It's very daunting when you play Create for the first time. You know, it's kind of a bit, how do I do everything? But you get used to it. You quite quickly learn the basics, and once you've learned the basics, it's fairly intuitive. You know. Bone meal. I do have some bone meal. Good. We're going to use that for white dye. And that's going to make us some more grey striated concrete. Perfect. And we can tick those off the list. Link and pin and 4 small buffers. Now, I think we've already got link and pin couplers. Yeah, or screw link couplers is what we're actually going to be using. Buffers we don't have at the minute, unless there's some in storage. There aren't. We'll come back to those. Super glue, obviously. Portable fluid interface. White concrete. We'll save the concrete for last. A portable fluid interface is going to be... Wait, how? Portable fluid interface. A chute and a copper casing. Okay. 1 chute. 1 copper casing, other way around, but you know what I mean. And there is our portable fluid interface. Train controls, I believe, is a precision mechanism, a lever, and a train casing. Yep. Do we have precision mechanisms? We do not. Not even in storage. Do we have gold? We do. We got some gold in our backpack. Okay, I'm gonna whip up a bunch of these. We still need to automate precision mechanisms, because every single stream I have to make like a dozen of these, and they take so long to make by hand. Thanks for the heart me, by the way, Simo. Yeah, I just really need to automate this so that I'm not messing about in every single stream making these. Hey, been a long time since I've seen you live. Nice to be back. How are you doing, Mason? Are those Lego dragons behind you? The yellow one just above my head is a Hercules beetle, and then that one just off to the side there is a kingfisher. The kingfisher is an individual set. The Hercules beetle is from the insect collection. There's also a praying mantis and a butterfly that are just out of frame, so you can't see them on the stream. But yeah, those are from the insect collection. Oh, we need to do these one at a time as well, because there's another recipe that it will accidentally make if we don't do this in a very specific order. Okay, first things first, we need... Oh, actually, we got some small cogwheels and large cogwheels. And iron nuggets. Okay, if we're very lucky, we could get this first time. If I don't accidentally place a large cogwheel there. It almost never works first time, though. I have the Lego plants and architecture ones filling my room. Oh, me too, Mooby. I've got the Mooboy, sorry. I've got the Lego Architecture London Skyline, and I've also got the World of Wonders from the Lego Architecture range. And then in terms of flowers, I've got the daffodils, which were like one of the very first from the botanical collection. And then I've also got all four of the... the plum blossom, the chrysanthemum, the lucky bamboo, and the mini orchid, which are like a matching set of 4. I've got all 4 of those as well. There's a fucking wandering trader outside. I hate them. Hey, horse lover, how you doing? If you want to know more about my Lego, by the way, I've done quite a few videos about it on my profile on TikTok. If you just scroll through, you'll see the thumbnails. You'll be able to tell which ones are the Lego videos. And I've got another Lego video coming out later this week as well, actually. Good, you? I'm good, horse lover. Yeah, I'm not too bad. Just making precision mechanisms again. We've gotten incredibly lucky. We actually managed to get 2 of them first time. You're a very kind streamer. Thank you, horse lover. I try. I think, you know, there's too much negativity on the internet these days. I like to just try and keep things positive. Sorry about the lag, by the way, everyone. I mentioned earlier, we don't normally have this much lag on Minecraft. I think one of the mods is causing it, but we're just going to have to kind of deal with it for today. Do you have YouTube? I do, Mason. My name on YouTube is the same as on TikTok, Ashbridge Industries, and I am live on YouTube now if you want to watch the stream over there instead. If you want to see it in landscape, then do consider checking out the YouTube version of the stream. And I'm also on Twitch. I'm live right now on there as well. Okay, we need to make 2 levers. There we go, and then we're going to combine those with our precision mechanisms and train casings to make the train controls. Lovely. Right, cross them off the list. We just need some white concrete now, some yellow canvas signs, and some small buffers. Okay, do we have canvas signs? We don't. I don't think we've even got any canvas. How do we make canvas again? Cotton balls or straw? I think we got straw. We got one single piece of straw. Thanks for subscribing on YouTube, Mason. You have all the platforms. I do indeed, Mooboy. Most of my viewers are here on TikTok, though. That's where I put most of my attention onto TikTok, because that's just where most of my audience is anyway. But I do make sure that I read the chat on my other platforms as well. So again, if you wanna check me out there, do feel free. Thank you for the donut, by the way, Marika. What am I looking for right now? Cotton. I was going to see if we got any cotton. We don't. Okay, it's going to have to be straw then. The only other way to get straw is by breaking grass. I think there's a chance to get it from grass. I don't want to break the grass around the base though. We'll go over here. I hope this is the right way to get it, anyway. I mean, I don't seem to be getting any. Cutting grassy crop with knife. Okay, we need a knife. Which means we'll have to go back to base. Do you support any sport? I don't, Mason. No, I'm not really into sports. I don't really follow any sports. What's your favourite kind of donut? I don't know, Marika. I'm not a huge donut person, to be honest. I like a donut, but I'm not really fussy. I'll just kind of take whatever's available, you know. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Hang on. Okay, I thought I'd just figured out a way to duplicate my knife then. There's a bit of a bug there. When you pick up a knife, it stays in it because I accidentally picked up the whole chopping board, and then when I put it back down again, I still had the knife in my hand. So I thought I'd figured out a way to duplicate knives, but it isn't. There we go, straw. That's what we need. We're going to need 16 straw to make 4 pieces of canvas. There we go. More of a sweets person. Yeah, I like sweets, Mason. I enjoy sweets. There used to be an old, like a proper classic style sweet shop in our village. And I used to love going there. I used to go there after school. On my way home from school, we'd always stop there, me and my mates, and pick up a few bits and pieces. Personally, I love bonbons. I love cola cubes, pineapple cubes, peanut brittle, chocolate-covered Brazil nuts. Those were like all my usual go-to kind of things. I love all that kind of stuff. But you can't beat a classic sweet shop, you know. It's a shame that there aren't really many of them around anymore. Because for me, it was just such a big part of my childhood was going in there after school and getting a few sweets. Oh shit, I need sticks. Yeah, cola cubes, Marika. Have you tried them? They're kind of hard to describe. they're like they're a boiled sweet. Like so many English sweets. they're boiled sweets that taste like cola. or pineapple if you get pineapple ones. I love them. I absolutely love them. What's your favourite game, says Mason? My favourite game ever, Mason, is a game called Oddworld Abe's Exodus, which is a PS1 game from 1998, sorry. I played it on stream last year, and we've been playing through the other games in the Oddworld series recently as well. We're currently on New and Tasty, which is the 2013 installment in the series. Okay, what's the concrete situation? Non-existent. Gravel. Got quite a bit of gravel. Sand. Got quite a bit of sand. Oh, we need the dye, don't we? Okay, hold on. Bone meal. We'll take the actual bones as well. Make that into white dye. Might as well turn all of these into white dye, because we're going to need quite a lot of white concrete. There we go. And wait, actually, 27, 28. That'll be enough. We got 2 stacks of it there. That'll be enough. I've heard of it. Sounds cool. It is. It's a really great game. Mason, like I say, it was actually the first video game that I ever played, which, you know, obviously it's got quite a special place in my heart because of that. Oh, Mooboy's on YouTube now. How are you doing, Mooboy? You participate in the Twitch Minecraft drops? No. I'm not aware. I don't really do anything on Twitch, to be honest. I am so completely unfamiliar with Twitch. Apart from going on there to press start stream, that's pretty much my only interaction with Twitch is when I start the stream and end the stream. I don't really participate in any events or anything like that. I'm very new to Twitch. You know, I've only been streaming on Twitch for like a month at this point. Google Cola Cubes, I'm intrigued. You should definitely try them, Marika. And if you do ever get a chance to get over to the UK again, definitely see if you can find like a traditional English sweet shop and get yourself some Cola Cubes. And all the other delightful things that you can get in a traditional sweet shop. Okay, we needed 28 roofs. And 27 regular concrete. Okay, so we got those. The only thing left on the list then is small buffers. It's on your stream though. It might be an automatic thing because I haven't like enabled that as far as I'm aware. Like I say, I don't even know what it is, to be honest with you. Okay, small buffers we need to make. Industrial iron, shaft, and an iron sheet. Do we have industrial iron? We don't. How do we make industrial iron? With a stone cutter. What? Wait. No, that can't be right. One single iron ingot gives you 2 blocks of industrial iron. That seems like a bit of an overpowered exchange there. I'm not complaining. Oh shit, I just dropped my, there we go. And there's the buffers. Lovely. Check those off. You get a free clothing item on Bedrock when you watch your stream for 5 minutes. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I didn't set that up. I think that's an automatic thing. But that's really cool. So if you watch my stream for 5 minutes, you get a free item on Bedrock. Lovely. Everyone go and watch the Twitch stream if you want a bonus cosmetic item in Minecraft Bedrock. Anyway, we've now gathered everything we need to make the tanker, so we're going to head over to the rail yard and we're going to get this assembled. That bear's still hanging around. We're going to have to kill that bear. I mean, we didn't really have much choice. I'm sorry. We didn't have much choice. Anyway, let's chuck all of our stuff in the schematic cannon. And of course, I forgot to bring some gunpowder for the actual cannon, so we're going to have to go back to base and get that. We should put a waystone here at the rail yard so that we can just quickly get between the rail yard and the base, because it's quite a trek actually. It doesn't seem that far on the map, but when you're actually going back and forth, it does take quite a while to get from the base to the rail yard. I guess once we got a proper path between them, it would help a bit, but... Gunpowder, there we go, and we'll grab a waystone, we'll take one of those with us, and we'll set that up for the way back. Okay, where shall we put it? I guess somewhere like this for now will do. There we go. Just call it rail yard. There we go. So now we can instantly teleport between here and the factory. Okay, let's get this thing built, shall we? Up it goes. Oh, it's actually placed the bogies correctly this time as well. It doesn't normally do that. There we are, just assembling the signs. I'm wondering if it'll actually put the text on the signs as well. I'm intrigued to see. Oh, is it going to place those last? There we go. Okay. And there's our tanker. Simple as that. Not much to say about it. Like I say, it's not based on any specific tanker, it's just kind of a generic design. But I've tried to include some common features that you see on modern rolling stock, like the ladders at each end and the protective railings. The tank is interfaced by the top, which, if I just jump up top here, this is where it actually interfaces. So when we drive into the factory, this is where the pipes are going to connect to load or unload the tanker. I've put some decals on the sides as well, just, you know, for a little bit of extra detail. Now the signs at each end. Oh, hang on. Oh, the screw link couplers we need to put on manually. Wait, hang on a second. Does this have the screw link? Ah, the screw link couplers are missing on these as well. Even on the... Oh, I didn't even realise that. Okay, that's something I'm going to have to fix. I didn't even notice that the other wagons didn't have the screw link couplers on them. We'll sort that. We'll sort that. But yeah, the thing I was going to say is this hazardous material sign. Now, I did some Googling, And it turns out that biodiesel is not a hazardous material. It's also not flammable, so we can't put flammable material. And it's not volatile, so we can't put volatile material. It is combustible, so we could put combustible material, but it doesn't have the same ring to it as flammable material or hazardous material, you know, or volatile material. It is accurate. Biodiesel is combustible, so combustible material is accurate, but I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. We'll put it that way for now. It's like I say, it accurately describes the biodiesel that's going to be inside, so we'll keep it that way for now. Combustible material is better than nothing. But there it is. There's our fluid tanker. So we now need to glue it together. Oh, actually, we need to do the old technique of building a frame around it, or else the glue won't apply properly. And the glue is going to go from there to there. That should glue the whole thing. Yep, seems to have got everything. Okay, so if we hit assemble, we got our fluid tanker. It's assembled and ready to go. Now, before we connect it to the rest of the train, I do want to fix this problem that we had with the screw link couplers. So first we're going to need to disconnect the two cars here. Okay, decoupling mode. Do we have a button with us? We don't. Make a pressure plate. Okay, I think they're now disconnected. So I'm gonna put a... Well, I'm gonna... We've only got one train station at the minute, so I'm having to just move it about. But if we put it here, and then we'll move this wagon to here, we should be able to disassemble that. Nope. How come? What? Right, we had this problem last time. Okay, there we go. Disassemble. Screw link coupler on each end. And then reassemble. There we go. And we'll do the same thing for the engine itself. We're going to have to go and make a couple more screw link couplers. But then we'll get those attached, and then we'll attach it all together. And for the first time, we will run our full 3-car train. Oh, we need to make a Lincoln pin first, don't we? Block of industrial iron. Okay, that's not too expensive, actually, because we've already got a block of industrial iron left over from before. So we just need one of these. 4 iron sheets. Where's my iron ingots? I left them over at the rail yard. Hold on. There we go. 4 iron sheets and 1 iron nugget. There we go. Iron nugget. There. Oh, we need shafts as well. Shaft there. Nugget there. Iron plates here. And the industrial iron there. And there's our link and pin. Then we just turn these into screw links. Head on over to the rail yard. And, oh, we'd probably better sleep before monsters start spawning. We'll use the sleeping bag. What shader pack are you using? Says Homemade Mooboy. This is a shader called Mellow. I've got a few other shaders for when we eventually go to other planets, because we've got the Galactic... Well, we got Ad Astra, which is a remake of Galacticraft. But this Mellow shader is absolutely beautiful. I've only been using it for this series so far, but it's become my favorite Minecraft shader. It's so good. I've never... Because the thing is, the thing for me is with Minecraft shaders, I don't like shaders that are too... I don't like shaders that do too much, that like completely transform the appearance of the game. I like a shader to kind of retain some of the Minecraft feel, and I think this shader does a really good job of that. And again, it's something that not a lot of shaders do. A lot of shaders just do a bit too much for me. Okay, why is this? I've just relocated it here. Why is it not giving me the option to disassemble it? There we go. Okay, disassemble. Screw link coupler on each end. Okay, then reassemble. Are the drivers still in their seats? They are. Good. That's what we like to see. They might need rebinding though. Let me just check. Nope. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Time to bring it all together. This is the exciting part. So I am gonna... Well, I'm gonna relocate this truck for a minute. I'm gonna go and stick this over here somewhere. There we go, just so it's out of the way. I'm going to relocate the loco to this side in here, and we'll use this side in to assemble the full train. Although actually, no, we could just assemble it on the side in that it's already in, right? There we go, you stay there. Bring that truck back in. Okay, and then put down the coupler. Coupling, okay, should be ready to go. We should just step onto this, and nothing, because it's in decoupling mode, that's why. Okay, why are they not coupling? Action not permitted in current mode. Why? What's... Is it the wrong way round? Sometimes that can happen. Oh! Oh god, what's happened? Have they connected? I think they've connected. Yes, they have connected. Okay, good, good, good. The thing hasn't appeared though. This is what's puzzling me. Normally, you can visibly see the connection between the trains when they're connected together, but it's not. Probably just a visual bug. They do seem to be connected, like they are physically working. So, Okay, let's bring you over to here. And then we are going to apply, or we're going to attach the fluid wagon. Requires both track points to be occupied. Both track points are occupied. These couplers are just more trouble than they're worth. They really are. You play Farming Sim as well? I do, Mooboy, yes. I play Farm Sim on Fridays. We just started a new series called Saxlingham. Well, the map's called Saxlingham. We're on our first episode. Well, the first episode was this week, so the second episode is going to be coming up on this Friday coming. Hello, Janice on YouTube. How are you doing? Okay, I think I see the problem. Does that need to be in front of the first axle? No. I don't understand. Both tracks are occupied. There is a train on both tracks. What's the problem? Where's the whistle? Where's my whistle? Where are you going? Thank you. Okay. It's still saying that there's no trains. It's saying train 1, none, train 2, none. But there are trains in both places. I don't understand. Played Farming Sim with my partner last night. Nice one, Mooboy. Hope you had fun. Ah, okay, now it's detected something. Center of the bogey should be aligned. Okay. Does it have... It does have a bogey there, yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to disconnect these two, first of all. So we've now got 3 separate carriages again. Okay. I think the problem is that they're all facing different directions. We need to make sure they're all facing the same direction. Which means that one needs to go that way. This one needs to go that way. And this one needs to go that way. Okay. And they're all the correct amount of spaces apart from each other, so it should be as simple as just hitting a button and connecting them. In theory. Okay, yep. They're both in range of each other. Connected, and this time the connection has visibly appeared, which means we've done it right. So clearly that it wasn't right before. Clearly something went wrong before, and that's why they wouldn't connect. There we go. We need to increase the range to 6 meters here. Center of the bogey should be aligned with the coupler. Oh, wait, hang on. It is. It is. Carriages must be facing the same direction. So they're not facing the same direction. Okay, so we need to disconnect these two again. We need to turn this one around. Oh, no. There we go. Then we also need to turn this one around. There we go. Connect them again. Good. Oh, we've done it. We've done it. Oh, thank God for that. Hold on, let me just sleep because I hear zombies. May not rest now, there are monsters nearby. Oh, they're underneath, aren't they? It's still empty underneath the gravel, so... But there we go. It's done at last. The 3 wagons, well, the 2 wagons are connected to the loco. We got 1 full train. Glorious. Now, let's see if it actually works. We're going to try and call it to a certain location and see if it can actually get there in one piece. Here we go. Here it comes. Forced stop due to stress on couplings. Okay, what's that? What the hell's happened? What's happened? Are you joking right now? What is this? What? Why? What? No, why is it turned around? Why is it turned around? Why has it turned around? No, no, come back, come back. Come back here. You're supposed to be facing the other way. It's supposed to be the flat end first. The cab, right? The cab is supposed to be leading. The cab leads. Okay. Okay. Right. Decouple. Turn this around. Turn it around. Thank you. Same here. Disconnect these. Turn this one around. Did that turn around? There we go. Okay, now we try again. How does the locomotive work on Create? So to build a loco on Create, all you need is a train casing and a set of train controls. The thing is, every single vehicle has to have the train controls. So you can see them here. We got 2 drivers to automate it, but these are the train controls. Like I say, the problem is the wagons have to have train controls in them as well, so I've kind of hidden them. You can just see them sticking out of the top on this one here. They're hidden underneath these facades on this truck, and they're hidden inside the tank on this one. But yeah, every train needs to have at least one of those and at least one bogie, and that's it. That's all you need. They're a little bit fiddly, as you can see right now. Trying to get them to work properly can be a bit of a pain. But once you do get them up and running, they're really cool, you know? Oh, that's the wrong way around. Requires both tracks to be occupied. Both tracks are occupied. This is the same problem that was happening earlier. Okay, this seems to be working. It's just when we try to couple the third carriage, it seems to have a problem. How do you make them look so pretty? Because I have an unhealthy obsession with trains, moo boy. I love trains. I've always been obsessed with trains. So I spend a lot of time making sure that my trains in this mod look accurate to the real things, you know. Requires both tracks to be occupied. I guess it's doing the same thing again. It's saying that this track, it's this one here that's saying it's not occupied, even though there is a train there. I think what might be the problem is this train, the actual loco might be the wrong way round. Like, it's got the wrong... The front is wrong. If you'll see what I mean in a minute. Let me just relocate it real quick. I think the problem is that it's detecting that as the front of the train, which technically that is the front. That is the actual front of the train, but we want it to be driving cab forward, which means we need this to be registered as the front of the train. I think to do that, we need to disassemble the train. Hold on. No. Ah, okay, I see. I see. That it doesn't have an invisible bogey at this end, does it? Right. But no, but it needs to... Hang on. 1 second, I just need to test something real quick. Okay, okay, I see, I see. Let me just reverse this a second. Right. Okay. We got a bit of a problem here because this train is asymmetrical. There's an invisible bogey here at the front. That's what this little pink square is, but there isn't one at the back, which means when it comes in facing cab forward, it comes a lot further to get to the stop compared to when the radiator's first. Oh, shit. Let me head back over. In fact, I'll take the train this time. We'll head back to... Oh, hang on. Can I get in? Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. This is so cute. I love it. It is. They are really cute. That's the thing about the Create mod. I think Create has this really cute style to it because everything's like the scale of things is kind of a little bit off. Like if you look at the axles here, like the gears, the valve gears and the side rods and stuff like that are just way bigger than they would be in real life, and it means like even though this is fairly accurate to the real thing, it also has those sort of weird proportions about it that make it look quite toy-like, which again makes it look really cute. And I think the Create mod does a really good job of that. It does have a very cute style to it. What I want to do though, once I've been to sleep, if it ever lets me, there we go. Okay, so this train here, it has a bogie 1 block from the front, and it has another bogie 1 block from the back. Same goes for the tanker car. There's a bogie at each end, and they're 1 block in from the edge of the train. The problem is, for the loco, we got a bogie here that's 1 block in, but then there's a bogie in the middle, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in. It's uneven. There needs to be an invisible bogie at this end, instead of at this end, because this is the end that's going to connect to our other trains. So we need to disassemble it. Or not, because it's apparently not actually at the station. There we go. What do you mean? Let me open for a second. Okay. That's at the station, so it should let me disassemble it. There we go. Now, what we need to do is we need to get rid of the invisible bogie at this end and instead have an invisible bogie at this end. I can't get under that end. Can I just come in a second? Oh, there we go. Yeah, we need an invisible bogie here. Okay, well that's not invisible. That's oh god, that looks horrific. Hold on. It needs to be, there we go, invisible. Then put it back in again. Wait, it was there. There we go. Hang on, this is, I'm just noticing that this is uneven as well. There's concrete stairs there, but not here. It's the same on both sides. Ah. I think it looks better like this, because it's there's a bit of a on this side, there's quite a big gap between the valve gear and the front of the chassis. I think we'll mirror it like it is on this side. I didn't even realize that I'd built the whole thing completely asymmetrically. Oh, we can't... Okay, we're gonna have to go and carve some more striated concrete. What's your favourite colour? Think how peak a pink passenger train would be. My favourite colour is green, actually. I love green. I like a nice dark green. But I like the sort of royal colours, like royal blue, royal green. You know, those kind of rich, darker shades of red, green, and blue. Those are the kind of colours that I really like. But green in particular is my favourite. Loving the stream. Thank you, host lover. Okay, striated concrete. Where's it gone? There we go. Make 2 of those. Thank you. Might need to start my Minecraft world again. You're very inspiring. Thank you, homemade moo boy. I try. I've heard that a lot recently. You'd be surprised. I've heard a lot of people recently say, you know, you've inspired me to get back into Minecraft for the first time in a while, and I'm always really happy to hear that. You know, that really does make me happy. There we go. That looks better. I think it looks a bit... I mean, you can still see the invisible bogey there, which is unfortunate. I'm not a big fan of that. Just that little speck of purple sticking out of the bottom, but it does look better that way around. I'm happy with that. So now we need to move the station to this end. Create new train. Assemble train. Frontmost bogey must be at station marker. Oh, 1 second. There we go. Okay, the train is rebuilt, and this time, this is the front. The cab end is registered as the front, which is how we wanted it to be in the first place. Oh, hold on. There we go. Okay. Mine's a soft purple or lavender. I like purple. Yeah, purple's a nice colour. I'm not as keen on the more... mind you, actually, I was going to say I'm not that keen on pastel colours, but actually I am. I really like pastel colours as well. You know, I like a nice baby blue or a kind of lavendery sort of color. I do like those. Okay, we've still got the same problem here though, which is it won't let us connect the third wagon because it's still not detecting it as being on the track. Requires both track points to be occupied. See, they are both occupied, though, is the thing. Center of the bogey should be aligned over the coupler track point, which it is. Okay, there we go. All 3 carriages are connected. Is it going to fall apart this time? Let's see. Oh, I need to rebind the whistle. There we go. Okay, let's summon the train. Why is that? Why are you not moving? Do I need to bind it to both drivers? Oh, I can't. Right, I can't summon it to a curved track. That makes sense, actually. That's what I like to see. It's moving way too fast for a shunter. We'll definitely slow the speed down on it, but that is what I like to see. We're going to put the speed down to half. There we go. And then I'm going to head back to the factory and summon it and see if it fits on the platform properly. Oh, sorry about the lag. Okay, let's call it over. Here it comes. What a sight. What a sight. I'm so glad to see all 3 cars assembled and working. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. So, again, I don't know why it's lagging so much. It's kind of spoiled the moment a little bit, but I am very, very happy with that. The train station isn't actually in the right place, I notice. It needs to be a little bit further forward. Somewhere like this. Perfect. Okay, shut the train doors. Keep train doors closed. And we're going to call this factory, and this... Oh, this should now be able to permanently stay here. Brilliant. Thank you, Dagger. Yay, says Marika. It's finally done. I'm so happy about this. Okay. Now, the other thing we need to test is what happens when we put the train the other way round. So it should be... I should have designed it properly so that when the train comes in the other direction, it will still be able to interface with all the machinery and stuff like that. The only way to test that is to turn the train around, which is going to be a bit of a complicated maneuver. We're going to have to basically do a 3-point turn with a train. So I'm going to head over to this bit of track here. Call it over. That is beautiful, though. That is honestly just so incredible to see. I'm so glad that we've finally gotten that working. Okay, then I'm going to head up here. We're going to call the train to this bit of track. And then I'm going to head back to the factory. We're going to call it back again, and it should be facing the other way round, so the tanker will be at the lead end this time. Here it comes. Tanker first. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm so happy with how that's turned out. What a relief. We finally got it working. Okay. It's not over, though. Next thing we need to do. We need to rejig the interfaces here so that they can actually connect with the train. So what I think I'm actually going to do is make the track a tiny bit longer here. Like, I'm going to extend it just a couple more blocks. As long as we have enough room to get around the edge. If we put it somewhere like this. There we go. And then head to this end. There we go, that's better. It looks a little bit better with the train, you know, fully inside the factory and not half of it stuck in, you know, in the archway. So I think it's a lot better there. When are you doing a farming stream? Next farming sim stream will be on Friday, sharp. Okay. Now, I am going to take this storage interface for a second, and I'm going to put it here. Okay, that is not doing anything. Let's put it here. Still not doing anything. There we go. I was just trying to find... I couldn't remember which spot I actually put the interface in. But there we go. That interface is now with the carriage there, which means whenever the train stops here and it's got stuff in the truck, it'll be unloaded onto this conveyor belt. We need to move the actual conveyor belt one block as well. Actually, we might not need to. If we move the station another block further forwards, if we move it forward just one more block, there's still room to get around it. Move the train forward one block. Oh no, that was 2 blocks. Whoops. Back it up, back it up, back it up. How you doing? I'm doing good, Harry. How are you? Okay, we're going to put this one here. There we go. Break that. Okay. Now, the storage interface can actually go in the exact same spot that it was in before. Well, not the exact same spot. It's a block lower than it was before, which means we're going to have to move the belt down. But we don't have to move the belt across, which means that all of this stuff here can stay in the same place, which is very, very handy. Okay, there we go. We're going to need to move this down a block. And a chute. Oh, we don't have a chute on us. I'm just going to go and grab a chute. We need one more chute for that. And can we use brass casings? I think if we put a bit of brass casing on this belt. How was your weekend? Not bad, Harry. A bit hectic, but all good. I'm gonna... Let's try and replace this with half layers. There we go. Ooh, I quite like that. If we put some more of these around, if we like surround the whole belt with those, I think those look really cool. I like the enclosed look that they give the belt. That's quite nice. Ooh, the problem is we can't have them wrap all the way around because we can't put one here. Maybe I'll get rid of that one. Yeah, maybe we'll just go for that. Can this still pull even if I don't put another chute here? I'm going to go and get another chute anyway. Gotta go, but loved your stream and nice to meet you. Thank you, Moo Boy. Thank you very much. Do join us again. I'm fairly I'm live fairly regular, like 3 or 4 times a week, so I'm always about. But yeah, feel free to join me for some future streams. We're going to be doing Farming Sim on Friday. And possibly Euro Truck tomorrow, but I'm not confirming. I don't know for definite if we're going to do Euro Truck tomorrow. So nobody, don't hold me to that, please. But it might happen. Thanks for the roses, by the way, Sebastian Lurch. Thank you very much. Do you have a rig for Truck Sim? I do. This wheel here. I don't know if you'll see it very well on the live stream, but I've got my steering wheel here. I've also got a gear shifter, handbrake, ignition lock. I've got a control panel. I've got the full sim setup for Euro Truck and Farming Sim. But the way I have my desk set up, because I've got a corner desk, so what I do is I have my sim setup is there in front of my main monitor, and then this here is like my second monitor. So if I want to play Euro Truck, I just have to, you know, turn my chair and start driving, basically. But yeah, I highly recommend if you want to play Euro Truck and you want to get like a proper sim setup, get yourself a corner desk. Because it means that you can have your steering wheel like permanently set up without having it be in the way, you know? Highly recommend. Why? Excuse me, why? Oh, these are different pieces. I didn't realise. Half layer. Okay, well I may as well use the half layers because they're thinner than the half panels. And I think having these as thin as possible is probably gonna look a bit better. In fact, I might keep this as a full panel at the end. Not there. I don't know. I think if I'm going to do that, though, I may as well just do full panels on the sides here as well. I feel like I'm getting carried away with trying to make this look good now, though. Hi, Chimpsky. Why did you not do Euro Truck last week? I wasn't feeling too well last Tuesday, Horse Lover. That's why I was thinking about doing Euro Truck this week to make up for it. Like I said, I don't know if I definitely will. But, you know, whenever I miss a stream, I do like to try and make up for it by doing an extra stream somewhere down the line. So, like I say, no promises, but it would be, you know, I'm thinking about doing a stream tomorrow, maybe. I think we're just going to keep this open for now, because otherwise I'll be here all day trying to get it perfect. We do actually need to have something on this end to stop the items from going off the conveyor belt. But we don't need to encase it all the way around. That was just something that I was experimenting with. We can always do that, you know, at a later date. Let me just have a drink because my throat's starting to get a bit sore. Okay. Right. So So we got the storage interface. And just to test this, if I put... Hold on, let me just disconnect these for a second, because I don't want it to pull anything up. But if I put something in one of these chests now, there we go. There we go. So as soon as this train comes into the station, anything that's stored in any of these barrels will be immediately taken out onto the conveyor belt. That's what we like to see. It's all in working order. Very good news. I'm happy with it. There we go, that looks alright. Right, next thing. The fluid pipes. They also need to be connected. When I was first building the factory, I was planning on loading the fuel into the side, which is why we got this array here, but now we're going to be interfacing from the top instead. So what we're going to want to do is basically break this. Then we need to head upstairs to the gantry. Oh, lag. Oh shit, we can't get under there, can we? I need to fix this. There needs to be a way to get under these belts up here. Because we can't get around this either, so there's no way to actually get to the other side of this gantry. Nope. Okay. Do we have any ladders? Not on me. I know what to do. I know what to do. Oh, it's dark. I didn't realise. There we go, there's some andesite ladders here. Hey, Swar, how you doing? Okay, I'm going to put in a ladder here. I feel like this side is going to need to be accessed quite frequently, so it makes sense for us to have one here. Ow. And we still can't get to where we need to be because of this fucking belt. I should have made this 3 blocks. I should have had 3 blocks of headroom above the girders. I didn't think, though. I thought, yeah, if we put 2 blocks, there'll be plenty of space for players to walk about. But then I didn't think, you know, what about once there's belts and shafts all over the ceiling? How are players going to get about then? I tell you what, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. We'll start at the bottom and build up from there. Okay, so the fluid interface is going to go... I can't... The fluid interface is going to go here. Oh shit, I've just punched a hole in the floor. And of course I don't have any stone bricks in my inventory. Have to go now. I have to teach a maths lesson at 5. Oh, fair enough, Horse Lover. You enjoy. Watch the rest of the stream on YouTube later. Thank you very much. That means a lot. I'm glad that people do actually watch my streams after the fact on YouTube. That is, I do appreciate that. Okay, you'll notice that the interface is directly below a main girder, which is going to pose a bit of a problem. Unless we actually pipe it from the side here. Actually, wait, can you... I think you can do interfaces with a 2-block gap. I think this will still interface. Hold on. Yes, we can have a 2-block gap between the interfaces. It looks a bit weird, but it is possible. So what this means is, if we just do this, 1 block higher, one block lower, there we go. Okay, we'll focus on making it look good later. Right now, functionality is the main thing. But this will interface with the fluid tanker. Now, we need to put another one at that end, above where the train is now. Because when the train is parked the other way round and the tanker is at that end, it still needs to be able to interface. The idea is I'm building this so that the train can be unloaded whichever way round it is, because chances are sometimes it's going to come in facing in this direction, sometimes it's going to come in facing the other way round, and we need to make sure that it can still interface in those cases. So, we need another fluid interface and quite a lot more pipes. So I'm going to go and whip up some pipes. Shoot. Casing. And that's it. There's the fluid interface, and then we just need to make as many pipes as we can. 62 divided by 3. 62 is not divisible by 3. 63 is divisible by 3, though. It's 21. So we could make 20 pipes. If we press 40 plates and 20 ingots, that'll get us however many pipes that is. We get 4 at a time, so 20 times 4 is 80. That might be a bit too many, actually. We'll only need half of that, realistically. Ooh. Take your time. $20. That'll be enough. That'll be enough. Can't stand here all day. There we go. That gets us 40 pipes. That is more than enough, really. Now, we do need to make sure the pipe's lined up properly, so I'm going to get into the train and I'm going to manually turn it around. It's really hard to see when you're driving the train. Although, admittedly, because this is a shunting engine, it does actually have better visibility out of this cab. It has better visibility in this direction. Okay, there we go. Please stop opening the doors. I don't want the doors opening when you arrive at the station. Thank you. Okay, so now what we need to do is make sure that the fluid interface on this side is also connected. Which is going to be there. Yep, there we go. Connected straight away. That's what we like to see. Right, now we should be able to go upstairs and connect the rest of it up. No problem. Except we can't do that because we can't get under that pipe. Under that shaft, sorry. Am I going to have to put in another ladder on this side as well? We don't even have enough ladders for that. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to break the fucking pipe shaft. Why not? Literally 2 seconds of downtime, you know. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay, that's connected up. Then they're going to connect to the main storage tank over there. Saul, I think you should cosplay as Lara Croft and do some original Tomb Raider. That's a good idea, honestly, Chimpsky. I actually have the original Tomb Raider on the PS1. Obviously, I wouldn't play the PS1 version on stream because the quality would be terrible on a live stream. I'd basically be having to point my phone at the PS1 because it doesn't have like any recording software. But it's definitely, you know, if I can get the game, I'll have a look into getting the game on my PC, because it is you know, a game that I enjoy and it's a big part of my childhood. It'd be nice to maybe play it on stream at some point. Okay, small cogwheels, thank you. I'm just going to pop a couple of these here. Then a shaft there. Hold on, there might be a cleaner way to do this. If I make 2 gearboxes... You'd make a great Lara Croft. Thanks, Chimpsky. Okay, make a few vertical gearboxes. Head upstairs again. vertical gearbox there. Oh no, we're going to have a problem here because this vertical gearbox is going to reverse the direction of the thing, isn't it? It's going to reverse the direction of this. Ow. Problem. I mean, we could just put 2 gearboxes in, reverse the direction, and then reverse it back again. I don't really want to do that, but I suppose as a temporary fix it will work if we just put 2 gearboxes in a row here. There we go. Yep, that all still seems to be working. We do need to have a clutch. So right, we've made a slight problem here. There needs to be some way to turn off the pump, but the pump is on top of the tank. So somehow we need to be able to switch that off. I'm not sure how yet, but this looks like such a mess. But it works. It works. The interface works. Look, you can see the fluid interface is connected. The storage interface is connected. We can now start to move material between our mining outposts and the main factory, which is good news. Lara Croft for Halloween? That's not a bad idea, Marika, yeah. I'm still not exactly sure what's going to be happening for Halloween, by the way. My sister is probably going to be coming up again. She was talking about coming up sort of the 23rd and staying till the end of the month. So there's going to be some interruptions to my streaming schedule again at the end of this month. I'll let you know in advance. I was thinking actually I might do a month schedule, which I haven't done for a while. Like I'll plan out the entire month rather than announcing my streams at the start of each week, because the schedule will be a bit rejigged compared to the usual. But yeah, hopefully I can still do a stream on Halloween itself, because I've been wanting to. There's a couple of scary games that I'd like to check out, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I'm going to call the train over here. I just want to see it coming in, really. There it goes. Brilliant. I might slow it down even more, actually, because that still feels just a little bit fast for this particular loco, you know. The Class 08 Shunter has a top speed of, I think, like 30? Possibly less. I don't want it moving too quickly, but I don't want it moving too slowly either, because it won't be any use to me then. I want it to feel like a realistic speed, while still being able to deliver what I need it to in a reasonable time. That looks alright. I can see your sister trying to embarrass you on stream. My sister, I don't think she'd want to be on a stream, to be honest. I don't think she'd enjoy it. Okay, I'm just going to go all the way over here. I'm going to call the train again. And I want to see if the speed is a bit more realistic this time. Oh yeah, that's realistic. That is a realistic speed for a shunter. That might be a bit too slow now. But I appreciate the accuracy. Okay, there's one more. We could try something like this, maybe. Head back to the factory. We'll call it in. There we go. There we go. That feels better. That feels like a good balance of a realistic speed, but not too slow for moving items about. That's good. I'm happy with that. Okay, so now that we've finally built the train and it actually works, the next thing we need to do is start building the rail network. So we need to connect primarily our iron mining drill, which is 2,000 meters away in the western direction, the copper and coal drills, which are actually only a couple of hundred blocks away in the eastern direction, and the zinc mine, which is about 500 blocks to the north. So those are the three main points that we need to connect today. Not today, but eventually. The iron mine is the highest priority, but I think we're going to use a nether tunnel for that. If we have the train go into the tunnel about here, and then try to have the tunnel come out at the other side of the ocean, and then maybe go the rest of the way, overworld. The copper and coal veins are close enough that we can just have the railway be entirely overground. And the zinc mine, I don't know, we could build a long rail bridge maybe, but I think a nether tunnel would be best for that as well. I'm just looking, the zinc mine is pretty much directly north of the coal mine, so if we had a track coming in this direction, like this, and then heading north, like that, we could have the coal mine be like a little siding off the side of the main line, and then, have a line running... Basically, if we have a line running north to south like this, then we have a terminus at the zinc mine, sidings at the coal and copper mines, and a junction that takes it towards the main factory. That's the eventual goal. Have you built this from scratch? We have, Chimpsky, yes. This is episode 20 of this series. We started with absolutely nothing. It's been a long journey to get to where we are. Let's check out the gravel situation and the rail situation if we can. Okay, we got plenty of rails. We don't need to worry about rails. So what I think we'll do... I want to start laying track, but... I don't know. See, the thing is, the iron mine is the top priority. We need to get to the iron mine before we get to anywhere else, but... the copper and coal mines are a lot closer. They're also a lot higher as well. This is at Y level 93, and the railway is currently at Y 76. So there's going to have to be some kind of hill. There's going to have to be some kind of incline. I'll tell you what. We'll start building... We'll start the line to the iron mine first. I think that makes more sense. We'll start the iron mine branch first, and then we'll do copper and coal. Minecraft is so advanced now, I wouldn't know where to start again. It's actually not too bad now. Chimsky, to be honest. There's quite a lot of tutorial, quite a lot of helpful hints and stuff like that in the game now when you're just starting out. You know, back when I first played Minecraft, there was no recipe book, there was no real tutorial or anything like that. You just kind of had to figure it out as you went along. But I think it's a lot easier to get into now. Okay, so here is where I think we're going to build the entrance to our nether portal. We're going to need 20 blocks because it's got to be a 5x5 portal. It's got to be big enough for the train to go through. Trains in Create can interact with nether portals. All you have to do is have a track at each end of the portal and the train will be able to drive straight through. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a nether portal here. We're going to build a nether portal near the iron mine. And then we're going to build a tunnel in the nether to connect them together. And that means that instead of being 2,000 meters away, it's going to be more like 500 meters or something like that. Even less, 250, because it's 1 to 8, isn't it, in the nether? That's cool as fuck. It is very cool, Chipsky. I'm very, very glad that you can do that. I think it's really cool that Create lets you run trains through the nether like that. Because as much as I like building the railway network, sometimes when you've got to build a line that's like thousands of meters long, it is handy to be able to build a section of it in the nether to save a bit of time and resources, you know? Okay, there we go. I'm going to go and grab the obsidian. We got 3 blocks of obsidian currently, so we'll place that in. So we need another 17 blocks of it. Whoever thought that needs a medal? Honestly. Thank you for the rose, by the way, Draydog. Okay, getting dark again. Do we have any obsidian? We do not. But we can make some. We got plenty of buckets. I'm just wondering, actually, is there a way to make obsidian without actually manually pouring the lava? Oh, we can wash wait. You can wash magma to make obsidian? Okay, hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Put all this back. Fuck that. We're just gonna wash some magma. Oh shit, we got a spare bucket now. What about creepers blowing it up? Blowing what up, Chimsky? Magma. Do we have magma? We got 7 blocks of magma. Look at that. So we only need 10 more blocks. That's way cheaper than getting actual obsidian. We just get magma blocks and wash them. Genius. Genius. What a game. What a game. Now, where can I get magma, though, is the question. because I don't think there's much of it about in the waters around here. Oh, wait! The abandoned nether portal up there. Perfect. Oh my god, listen to the diesel generator. I love that. I love you just walking along this back wall and you just hear the diesel generator rumbling away at full volume. I like the train station, or parts of it. When I used to make a building, something would blow it up. You've just got to make sure that you've got plenty of lights around the base, really. That's all you can do. Make sure it's well lit enough that hostile mobs can't spawn. It's easier said than done, like I say, but that's really the best thing you can do. You can obviously also deter creepers with cats if you get a lot of cats around your base. That'll help to ward them off. I need 10 blocks. Oh, thank God. 15 blocks, that'll do. Let's go and wash it all. I like cats. I love cats. But yeah, in Minecraft, creepers are scared of cats. Don't forget. So, in fact, have I got... Oh, I haven't got them on, but you can, with the Curios mod, you can find, they're called, like, kitten slippers or something. They're like cat slippers, and they ward off creepers. They stop creepers from coming near you. But I don't have them at the minute. Okay, wash those. Do I have flint and steel? Not on me. I'll go and grab some. May I ask what's the aim of this game, says Big J. Our eventual aim for this series is to go to space. We got the Add Astra mod, so we can visit basically all the planets in our solar system, as well as a few other moons and stuff like that. We're still on Earth at the minute. We haven't managed to take off yet, but that's our eventual goal. Right now, we're still trying to automate some of the resources from the Create mod, which is why we're building this railway to connect to our iron mine. But eventually, we will be taking off to the Moon, Mars, Mercury, Venus, and everywhere else. Okay, that is ready to go. Oh, I've just chucked away all my dirt, haven't I? We'll leave the tunnel entrance as it is for now, but eventually I want to make this look like the entrance to a real tunnel, you know, even though it's actually leading to a nether portal. I want to try and make it look like a real tunnel entrance. There we go. It doesn't need much work, to be honest. All it needs is this layer of dirt around the entrance to be replaced by something else. And it will be good to go. I'm going to replace this stone as well. I'm just going to replace it with dirt for now. But again, eventually we'll find a nice material to make the retaining walls out of, and we'll have our tunnel entrance. So I'm going to light the portal, we're going to go in, and we're going to connect up our railway. Oh shit, yeah, we need to actually bring enough we need to bring enough obsidian to enlarge the portal on this side. So, oh shit, that brings us back here. Oh, you're joking. This is going to be such a pain in the arse to fix. It's always really difficult to unlink portals in Minecraft. I didn't even notice. This is actually the same portal that we started with. Oh, bollocks. We're gonna have to destroy a portal somewhere. The thing is, though, they should be far enough away from each other to create separate portals, right? Look, there's a fairly big distance between those two. I don't think they should be linked up to each other, but they are. They are indeed. So what happens if I break this one and then go back through the big one there? Let's try that. You alright, Charlie, on YouTube? Charlie says, my county, get the fuck out of now. Running on 2 FPS in 2025. I know, it's appalling, isn't it? It's genuinely terrible. I'm not trying to make excuses. The frame rate's terrible. If you don't want to watch 2 frames per second Minecraft, then you don't have to. But if you want to stay here and watch the stream, you'll have to deal with it. Oh, piss off! Mosquito. Okay, now what happens if I go back through? Right, good. So it does mean we're going to have to get rid of the portal back at the base. God, it is really, really choppy, isn't it? I think it's got to be the diagonal fences mod. Where are you from, if you don't mind me asking? I'm originally from Harrogate in North Yorkshire. Now I live in Doncaster in South Yorkshire. Lived here most of my life. How much money do you have, says Charlie? Bit of a personal question, isn't it, Charlie? I have £3.17. Am I telling the truth, or did I just make that up? You'll never know. Right, back through. Oh wait, no, we'll go through. We'll go through. Okay, then we're going to break this portal. Lovely. Peace off. There we go. Okay. Cannot place portal track. Ah, there we go. Okay. Right. So if I go through now... Yes! Ta-da! They're connected up. So, just to test it, I'm going to build a short section of track. And we'll try and bring the train through. Yay, but you're now... Brilliant, but you're now in hell, says Chimpsky. Yeah. Well, that's Minecraft for you, eh? Whoa, my god, I nearly fell then. Oh god, now my inventory's going to be filled with nether crap. Crimson Nilium and roots and whatever other shite. Okay, there we go. Let's try and... Oh, get off! Piss off! What are you... I fucking hate these things. There's so many of them as well. Right. Okay. I'm gonna test it. It's probably not going to end well. It's a bit risky. Maybe I should build a temporary train just to test it with, because I don't know. I don't want to lose my. I don't want to lose this train that I spent a lot of time on. You know, I put a lot of work into this thing. I'm back. Hi, Puddle. How are you doing? Do you die if you drop in this mode? Yeah, we got fall damage on. Oh, wrong side. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to drive into the Nether now. Here we go. Moment of truth. Okay, the train's gone through. I haven't. The train has. I think. There we go. Look at that. Okay, there's a bit of a visual glitch there, but it's gone through. Oh, piss off! Get off me! I think for you to actually go through with the train, you need to actually be seated. I wasn't actually in the seat just then, so that's probably why it kicked me out. But I can't actually sit down because the drivers are in there at the minute. But it works, is the point. Oh, okay, it works. It works. That's the main thing. It works. Impressed. Thank you, Chimpsky. Oof. So that means we can now start building our nether tunnel to the iron mine. Ooh, whoa. Hang on. Back up a bit. There we go. Good. Okay, sorted. Right, let me just head back to base. Unload all of my stuff that I've got in the nether, all of this crap. And I guess we've only got half an hour left, so I guess we'll try and make the tunnel entrance look a little bit nicer. Now, I'm thinking I might just go for simple stone bricks for this. We've been using quite a lot of modded blocks recently, but there's nothing wrong with a good old-fashioned stone brick, you know? So let's use a couple. I'll tell you what I could do with. I could do with a stone cutting upgrade for the backpack, so that I could make stone bricks wherever I was. I think we could make one of those quite cheaply, actually. leather and string. There we go, there's the base. We're 1 short on iron. I guess we'll take this stone cutter for now, because we don't really need one placed down if we're going to have one in our backpack. There we go, we got a stone cutting upgrade, which means we can now do stone cutting in our backpack. We don't have to go all the way back to the stone cutter every time we want to cut something. How cool is that? Okay, so we'll make these into stone bricks. Oh, maybe we should make a few stone brick blocks as well. I like these, but you have to be kind of careful with them. You have to use them sparingly. And then I think we'll probably end up using quite a lot of slabs and or walls as well. I won't actually craft those yet until we've seen the actual site and decided what we want to do. Okay, so we will take all of this dirt out for a start, and same on this side. And along the top. And then we will do this. I want it to be the same on both sides, you know, I want it to be nice and symmetrical for the time being. Maybe we will use stairs. Although, how would it look with slabs? I've got a few slabs. Let's try it with slabs first and see how it looks. Okay, that actually works perfectly with slabs. The problem is it might not, it won't work as well on the other side because it's a little bit steeper on the other side. Is there a graffiti mod, says Chimpsky? There isn't, but that's a good idea. I mean, maybe there is. I guess you could use, we've got the camera mod which allows us to import images. Like, for example, this banner here. Which is imported via the camera mod. I guess you could make like a transparent PNG, so it's got like a transparent background, and then you could make a graffiti decal and print it off with the camera mod and stick it on a wall. That's a really good idea, Chimpsky. I might actually try that. Could do a Banksy. Okay, that is more or less perfect, honestly. You could be the first person to add graffiti in. Maybe. Maybe. What I'm thinking, though, is rather than destroying the hillside here... Hold on, let me just put this back. Could we maybe just bring this side out a little bit further? Not there. There we go. To me, that looks a little bit more natural. I don't want to terraform this entire hill, but this here is a bit... I'm not a big fan of either. If we can fill in this hole. Yeah, I like that. I'm happy with that. Now that is asymmetrical, so we'll have to bring this side out again as well to even it out. There we go. Lovely. And then we do have a few stairs as well. I'm thinking maybe some stairs, not there, some stairs along the top here. There we go, and there's your tunnel entrance. We could technically do rounded corners because the shape of the train, you know, the train has a rounded roof. Don't know if it'd look better with rounded corners. Let's just have a little test. I don't know. Let me just hide the iron mine waypoint. See, I don't like how it's curved on the inside, but not on the outside now. Now, a solution to that could be to curve the outside as well by putting some slabs along the top here. No, that doesn't look curved at all. It's hard to do curves in Minecraft, you know, it's hard to make things look curved in a game made entirely of cubes. No, I'm still not really seeing it. See, the thing is, the bit above the tunnel is like a bit too thick now. Unless I put some... I mean, I could... Yeah, in theory, we could just do this, right? Okay, that actually does help. That does make a difference. So what if we then just had a row of slabs along the back here? No, see, now it starts to look too square again on the top. Just spilled a drink on my laptop, for God's sake. Oh, sorry about that, Chimpsky. Oh dear. That's looking nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still not quite happy with it, though. Oh, that might be it. That might be it. Let me just sleep. Take slabs out from the left and right. Yeah, that's what I'm trying now, Luke. I think that looks good. It adds a little bit of a curve at the top, you know? Not quite as pronounced as the curve underneath, but it kind of works. The torches at night time are mint. Yeah, they look really cool at night with the shaders, definitely. What if I did this? This is going to be a bold thing to do, but what if I think that would add in some much needed curvature. Hold on. Potentially. Okay, I can see the curve now. I can see a curve. I think that looks good. I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Just do a little bit of tweaking around the top. Just of the surrounding foliage. Not foliage, landscape, terrain. Attention to details, admirable. Thank you, Chimsky. Ow. I do try to, you know, I do try to focus on making a nice detailed build. There, that's it. That's what I was picturing. I'm still not quite happy with this bit of dirt here. But apart from that, that's it. That is it. That's perfect. I'm very happy with that. It's got a curve. It's got a curve on the outside. It's got a curve on the inside. That's a nice looking tunnel entrance. I'm happy with that. The only other thing is, can we fit a couple of these stone brick blocks in there? Because I love the stone brick blocks. I think they look really cool. I just don't know if there's anywhere that they'll really go. Unless they're just, like, mixed in like this. Or maybe I should mix in a few cracked stone bricks. That might actually, you know, add a little bit of depth to it, perhaps. It's clean. Yeah, I don't want it to look clean, though, Chimpsky. That's the thing. I want it to look... I want to kind of do the same kind of weathering effect that I've done on my... like, on the factory, if I just zoom in with my telescope. I want to have this same kind of weathered effect that I've got by mixing in, like, different, you know... Because the building's made out of calcite, but the bits that look stained are actually marble bricks, which have a very slightly different texture. So it creates this, you know, this facade that looks a little bit grimier, a little bit more worn down. Same with that building there. You can see there's a few of those marble bricks mixed in. And I'm thinking that a few cracked stone bricks mixed in here might just help to give it a little bit more depth and make it feel a little bit more alive. You know, a bit more, a bit less pristine, as it were. Sorry about the lag again. But yeah, like this is still my favourite building that I've built. I like the second building, but this, I'm really, really happy with how this looks. And it is mainly because of the mixed in marble bricks to give it that little, to give it that kind of worn down, you know, appearance. That's what I want to try and capture with the tunnel entrance. Now, I think you just smelt stone bricks to make cracked stone bricks, right? I understand your art direction now. Honestly, Chipsky, I'm very new to the this whole weathering business. Normally, my builds, you know, I used to just build with one single block, and I'm really... This is like really my first experience with texturing in Minecraft, with like mixing in different kinds of bricks and stuff like that, and I don't want to go back, you know. I'm definitely... Because, like, compare it to this building here. This building's got no weathering at all, and it just looks like a completely pristine white tower. You know, there's nothing to it. It's just a flat white surface, whereas the factory building has so much more depth to it because of that texturing. Yeah, like I say, I'm a newcomer to the whole texturing thing, but I'm definitely hooked on it. I definitely enjoy doing it. So let's mix in a couple of these cracked ones, just dot them about. Something a bit more like that. The thing is, the cracked brick texture is quite... It does stand out quite a bit, so... I'm not sure... Maybe mossy stone bricks would have been a better idea for the depth. Let's have a look. Stone bricks. What I need is something that's a little bit closer, maybe, to regular stone bricks. Moss would be ideal. Yeah, the thing with moss is we could have like a ring of moss, or like just have moss down at the bottom, and it'd look like the moss is growing from the side of the track onto the tunnel entrance. Like if we just had a few blocks of it here and here at the tips, that would be... I think that'd look pretty good. Because I think the stone is just... I think the cracks are just a little bit too much. Like the texture's a bit too different. I'm going to see if I can get... I mean, it is nearly time to end the stream, but I'm going to see if I can get a little bit of moss and just mix that in and see if it makes any difference. I feel like I'm part of the team here. You are, Chimpsky. Thank you for the suggestion. We'll try and mix in a little bit and see if it helps. Okay, how do I make mossy stone bricks, though? Oh shit, these are cracked, aren't they? It's just stone bricks and moss blocks. The thing is, we've used all of our... We turned all of our stone bricks into cracked stone bricks. Is there any way to uncrack the stone bricks? There may be. The create mod may have a recipe to uncrack them. No, we can infest them with a haunter, which is pretty cool. But we can't crack them. We can't uncrack them. Sorry. Okay, we'll have to mine a little bit of cobblestone, just a tiny bit. Oh, can we do it with slabs actually? No, it has to be with full blocks. Can we turn the slabs back into full blocks? No, we can't do that either. Okay, we'll have to grab a little bit of cobblestone then. Head to the quarry. Ooh, coal. Lovely. Don't actually need any coal right now, so I'll just chuck it in there. Oh, we can't get out of here, can we? There we go. Right, we got a bit of cobblestone. We got 54 cobblestone. We'll smelt that. We'll make that into stone bricks, but this time we're going to turn them into mossy stone bricks, and we'll see if mixing a couple of those in will add the kind of detail that we're looking for. I'm thinking maybe a little bit on the top as well, on like the roof of the tunnel. Would help to sell it as well. So a little bit on the tips at the tunnel entrance and a little bit on the top where it starts to go under. I think that'd look good. That's what we'll try and do. There we go. Stone bricks. Mossy stone bricks. Make a few of them into slabs, keep a few of them as full bricks, and let's go and mix some in. See, I used some mossy cobblestone here when I was doing the pond. like putting it, putting a few blocks around the edge and in the water to kind of create this idea that the moss was spreading. That's the kind of effect that I want to do here, but this time with mossy stone bricks. Do you only have Astra and Create on this world? No, Ryan, I've got 118 mods on this world currently. We got Terralith, Incendium, Nullscape, Backpacks, Waystones, Farmer's Delight, Blocks You Need. We got Gravestones. There's quite a lot of stuff. There's quite a lot of stuff. If you want to get the full mod pack, you can find it in the Minecraft channel on the Discord server. There we go. Something like that is really what I'm looking for. This pickaxe is about to break, by the way. I don't want to lose it, so I'll switch it out. And then if we go maybe here. Yes. Okay. That looks way better than the cracks. That definitely looks better than the cracked stone. I like that a lot. I really do like that. We'll do a bit at the top as well. Oh, we need a couple of stairs because we got stairs on the corners. Thinking this one here could be stairs. And then maybe something like this. Okay, and maybe this one here actually. Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm liking that. No pun intended. Yes, 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 yes. This is good. This is very good. Now, I don't want to bring it too far down the walls, because I don't think that it should spread all the way to the bottom. It should be mostly, like, near the top. Should be constrained to the top of the wall. Ooh, that might be a little bit too much there, actually. Let me... Yeah, I think we'll keep that there. Or maybe this top slab. I'll tell you what. We'll have that be a regular block and then another slab there. That's it. That's the look. That's perfect. Okay, then the other side. Again, we don't want it to be symmetrical with the moss. We don't want the moss to be exactly the same on both sides because that would look weird. So I'm thinking more like this. And then a slab there. That might be a bit too much on that side now, I'm thinking. Let's do regular stone, moss, and a regular stone slab. That's better. That's better. Okay, I think that'll do it. I'm happy with that. It looks fairly natural and even on both sides. How does it look from a distance? Pretty good. The thing is, the whole point is that from a distance, it's not too noticeable. Like, from a distance, you can just about make out the texture differences, but it looks like it's just made of stone. And then as you get closer, you start to see the detail. That's exactly what I'm going for. And like I say, I think with the cracked bricks, it looked a bit too obvious, whereas with this, it's a bit more subtle. Looks amazing. Thank you, Moo Boy. Is there a blocking crate that allows you to move blocks to a certain degree? There is. You can use a mechanical bearing to rotate blocks by a certain amount. They're quite complicated though. We haven't tried using them yet, but they are there. That's genuinely really cool. Thank you, Chimpsky. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. I'm very, very happy with that. Like I say, I think it looks natural. It doesn't go all the way down the wall, which I think works. Like I say, it looks like the moss is spreading from, like, the grass around the tunnel is starting to, you know, the moss is starting to creep onto the edges, which is exactly what I wanted. So that's really good. I'm very happy with that. I think that's going to be where we end the stream, because it has gone 6 o'clock, so I'm just going to head back to base, and we'll wrap things up. Ben says, hi mate, are you going to do a full transition, or are you happy how you are? I'm happy how I am, Ben. Full transition is one of those things that's it's a bit misunderstood. I think, you know, not every trans person wants has the same goals in mind when they transition. There isn't really any such thing as full transition, because everyone, you know, has a different start point and a different end point. Everyone has different ideas about what they personally need for their transition. And like for me personally, I don't want to have surgery or anything like that. I do want to take hormones. Hormone therapy is definitely something that I want to do at some point. But surgery is not something that I personally feel is necessary for my transition. Anyway, just unloading some crap. Then I'll have a quick nap. And then that's a wrap. Homemade Moo Boy. Also, don't want bottom surgery, but HRT is super nice. Exactly. I'm, you know, not to be too blunt, but I'm quite happy with what I've got downstairs. You know, I've never wanted to change anything in that regard. Up here, yes, I would quite like to have some real boobs maybe one day, which is why I want to do HRT. But downstairs, I'm good. It's okay. You know, I'm kind of fine with what I've already got down there. Anyway, that's it. That's where we're going to leave things for today. So, thank you for joining. We've gotten quite a lot done. We've extended the railway. We've built our tunnel entrance, which looks fantastic. And, of course, we finished building our train. I think, all in all, it's been a pretty good stream, a pretty successful stream. That's going to be the end of the Minecraft section. Stick around for the wrap-up if you want to. But if you're just here for the Minecraft, that's it. Sorry again about the lag issues today, about the frame rate issues with the game. I'm really not sure what happened. Like I say, it's never normally that bad. Normally I get maybe 40, 45 frames per second, but today we've like got maxed out at like 20, 25. So I do apologize for that, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that's all we have time for today, so thank you very, very much for joining me, everyone. Just give me a second to pop the TikTok chat back in. There we go. That's it. go. Just bring these up. There we go. Had the odd judder. Yeah, sorry, Chimpsky. Like I say, I think it might be a mod that's causing it. I'm only just realizing how see-through this shirt is with my current lighting. Sorry that you can see my bra. Can't be helped. But anyway, yeah, sorry about the lag. I think it might be a mod problem because of I added a mod today that called diagonal fences. It might be that's causing the lag because it's the only new mod that I've added recently. It's the only thing I can think of that would be causing the issue. But either way, hopefully it'll be sorted by the next Minecraft Monday. What I want to say before we finish is, first of all, there may or may not be a stream tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a Euro Truck stream to make up for last week. I'm not promising, so please don't expect a stream tomorrow, but there might be one if I feel up to it. Apart from that, because October's coming up and the schedule is going to be a bit all over the place in October, I am actually going to publish a schedule, which I haven't done since like March, but I am actually going to publish a schedule on Instagram and Blue Sky, as well as on the Discord server and everywhere else, because next month the schedule is going to be a bit all over the place. I'm not going to be streaming from the 23rd to the 31st because my sister's coming to visit. Then I'm going to be doing a special one-off stream on Halloween, as well as a special Lego building stream. So the schedule is going to be a bit hectic. So what I'm going to do on the 1st of October, which is Wednesday, I am going to post a schedule for the entire month, so you will be able to see exactly what videos and live streams are going to be coming out throughout the entire month of October. So keep your eyes peeled on my socials for that if you are interested. Lara Croft says, Chimpsky, yes, I'll consider the Lara Croft costume. I don't know, but it's a possibility for Halloween. We'll see. Anyway, that's it. So thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please do subscribe or follow, whatever platform you're on, whether it's TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch. Do feel free to follow and subscribe on all of those. If you want to keep up to date with when I go live and when I post videos, please do join the Discord server. It's also a good place to just chat to me if you ever want to just, have a good old chinwag. I'm always active on the Discord server. There's a link in my bio and about section for that. And of course, if you would like to support me financially, please do consider checking out my Patreon. Huge shout out to my current Patreon supporters: Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, and Amy. 8 names on the board, which is the most we've ever had. So thank you everyone there for supporting me over on Patreon. If you want to get your name on this board, there's a link in my bio and my about section. It costs £1 a month. You get your name on the board, you get a shout out on stream, and you get access to behind the scenes content such as bloopers, early access videos, making of videos, all that kind of stuff. And of course, you'll be supporting me in what I do here on TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. So please do consider checking that out if you're interested. And thank you again to Kate, Jess, Danny, Riley, P, Charlie, Dan, and Amy for supporting me over on Patreon. That's it. That's all we got for today. So thank you very much for joining, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. I may see you tomorrow for Euro Truck, but if not, I will see you on Friday for Farming Simulator. Bye-bye.